In terms of your own cricket, tell us a little bit about the journey that's got you to this point.
Oh, it's been a long one. I was sort of in 17 squad basically a long time ago, probably about 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
Was at a few training sessions, and unfortunately had a innocuous bike accident which broke my collarbone. So I missed out on that, and then subsequently was then in a winter squad the next year with 18s. Had back problems, as a lot of young fast bowlers do, so then put me out of contention for 19s a year after and stuff like that. So just been battling away, playing grade cricket. Played a lot in England, trialled several counties over in England, played a bit of second 11 cricket over there, and was lucky enough to get a chance in the development squad 2 years ago, and then last year got a chance in the Ryobi Cup, or in the pre-season, and did all right, and then went from there with the Ryobi and sort of had a bit of a breakout sort of performance, and haven't looked back since then. So.
Has it surprised you, given those early setbacks and the fact that you've, I guess, been working away at the fringes, that you're actually in the system now?
A little bit. I'd pretty much given up on my hopes of sort of being a state cricketer or a professional cricketer. I was just really enjoying my cricket, happy to be around the boys and stuff like that, and then to get an opportunity like this is really pleasing. So,
given what you have been through, does it make you appreciate it and cherish it in a different way?
It certainly does. It makes me realise sort of how sort of a bit lazy I was previously, and it's opened my eyes to just sort of how wrong it was with me. Sometimes I was thinking, why aren't I getting a chance and stuff like this? But I can obviously see now that I never really worked hard enough. I was never quite fit enough, and that showed up in when I did a full pre-season with the Warriors last year. I was always off the back, and so it makes me really appreciate sort of the levels that they go to and I had to aspire to. So
I guess the motivation is to make every post a winner from this point and make up a little bit for lost time.
Good thing is it's not really making up for lost time. As a bowler, everyone talks about they come into their prime at the sort of the later years, so it's the late 20s, early 30s. So really I've sort of hit the system in a good time, I feel. If I can have an impact, obviously the younger guys will have more benefit. They'll have longer in the system, be able to keep that sort of standing up. So I do have to play catch up a little bit, but the fact that I've done a lot of bowling throughout the years, so my body's strong enough, and I'm pretty comfortable that I can sort of keep moving forward. And
the life experience that you've got, I suppose, would hold you in good stead as well.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely got a lot of life experience in different circumstances. Things haven't always been easy. I've had sort of different jobs, struggling from time to time. I think even last year, when the time I got back from the Ryobi, I had to borrow money from my parents just to make sure I had enough money in my bank to pay my car loan off for that month.
But was it a little bit humbling to sort of be at that point?
A little bit, yeah. I've been at that point a couple of times, but it's never the end of the world. You'll always find a way. It just means you've either got to sort of find a way to make something work, or make a few sacrifices. So it's, as a sportsman, you learn to have to live with making sacrifices to benefit yourself.
What's the worst job that you've had to endure?
In the winter, the Aussie summer, I missed, I think it was 2011 season. I stayed in England, and I took up a job. I was doing one job behind the bar, that was alright, but I had another job. I was working for a mate. I was doing stock taking. So I think we were getting paid about £50 a day to do 8-hour days, and you sit there and you just scan barcodes all day. That was probably the worst job I've had to endure.
Do you reflect on those times when you're playing at the Wacker or at other first-class venues around the country?
Yeah, every now and then I look back and say, well, not long ago I was doing this, but now these days I'm doing something that I love. So.
And in terms of your own bowling, is there anything in particular that you've been working on that you think you need to improve to take your game to a next level?
My consistency last year just wasn't there. I was able to bowl and bowl well, but to be able to hit the same spot over and over again for long periods of times, which you need in Shield cricket, I just wasn't quite there. So I've been working hard on that, a few technical changes with my action, just minor things really, and should be good to go.
Who's had the biggest influence on your career so far?
Justin Langer. Obviously he's my head coach, but I knew him 2006 when I first started playing A-grade cricket. I think I was playing my second A-grade game, and he was in the team, standing at second slip as it was, or first slip. And he's always been supportive of me. He said back then that I would play state cricket, and I guess in a way I sort of took it as I will, but never put in the work to do so, to be able to push myself, thrust myself in front of the selectors to say, look, I deserve a chance now, I'm ready. He's been biggest influence in my career probably.
Look, all the best for the season that's coming up. Well done on overcoming the hurdles that you have so far, and all the very best for 2014-15.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.